ugh, I just hate this. But anyway, back to the point. So yeah, I walked up to them. Rachel ends up walking away. My ex, he's like a little like embarrassed, but he's not apologetic that he was talking to Rachel. He was like, what? Like, I was just talking to her for like a second. Like, what's your problem? Like, so anyway, yeah. So then here comes like the worst part. So after prom, there's always an after party. This after party is being hosted by a guy named Landon, whatever. So we get in the like party bus to go back to, there's like 2 destinations. The party bus is not bringing us to the party, it's bringing us back to where we took our prom pictures at. Like, it's just bringing us back to like his friend's house, for example. So the party bus took us back there, and it's dark out at this point, okay? Me and my ex, we got out the party bus and we're just standing there in front of each other. I'm like, he didn't have a car on him at the time. So I was like, how are we gonna get to the after party? Like, babe, like, what are we doing? And he's like, oh, well, like, let's think of another name. Jack is bringing me, like, we're getting in Jack's car, but like, the car's full, Alicia, like, I'm sorry, like, you can't come with us in the car to the after party. Like, can you get a ride somehow? And I'm like, you're gonna leave me here on the street, like, to get a ride right now? Are you kidding me? So yeah, that is messed up. So then I'm like, okay, I guess, whatever, like, I'll meet you there. And he's like, are you sure you're gonna be okay? Like, he didn't even care. I think he was just asking that out of obligation. He was just like, are you gonna be okay? I was like, yeah, like, I guess I'm gonna be okay, whatever, I'll find a ride. So unfortunately, I go inside of the house of the people. I don't even know these people. They were like the seniors. I was just a junior. Like, I was not close with them. So I go in the house where we took pictures at, and I'm like, can I like use your bathroom? I'm like chilling in the bathroom. I'm like about to start crying. I'm like, how am I gonna get to the after party? Like, I didn't have a car. Like, really? So I called my like friend, and she was a senior, and she had a car, and she didn't go to prom. So I was like, hey, can you like come pick me up from like so and so's house? Like, you know, my ex, he like left me here, but it's fine because like there wasn't room in the car, you know. So anyway, this girl, bless her heart, like, she came and picked me up, thankfully. But I was waiting. This was before Ubers. This was like 4 years ago maybe. I was waiting for her to come at this person's house that I didn't even know, and I was just like, sorry, like, the parents were in the living room. Like, I was like, oh, like, sorry, someone's coming to get me. And they were like, it's fine, sweetheart, like, are you gonna be okay? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine, I think. I was not fine. So anyway, she came and she picked me up, and me and her, we went and got like Wendy's, and she was like, I'll bring you to the party, like, are you sure you just want to, like, pull up there, like, alone? And I was like, yeah, some of my friends are gonna go, like, it's fine. I'm meeting my ex there, like, he'll be there, like, everything's gonna be fine, right? I was like, I'm just gonna meet him there, everything's fine, like, that's my boyfriend. Like, I was hoping for him to be my boyfriend again, but anyway, I don't even know why he brought me to prom, but anyway, I get to the after party, and no one's really there yet. I'm just chatting with everyone. I'm like, why is my ex not here yet? Like, he clearly left before me. Like, whatever, that's a little weird. So I'm just hanging out. Some of my friends are there already, but I was just hanging out with them. So anyway, lo and behold, a few minutes go by. Sitting there, guess who my ex walks in with? Rachel. He walked in with Rachel. It gets worse. So I'm like, okay, nice. He drove Rachel to the after party, but he couldn't drive me, the girl he brought to prom, the girl that he dated for a year. Like, nice. Like, this is great, beautiful, wonderful. Like, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 experience. I should have thrown hands with Rachel. No, because, you know, I will never fight a woman over a man. That is just ridiculous to me. Like, if you're going toe-to-toe over a man, like, I just can't relate. Like, I gotta protect my face, you know? Like, we can't be doing all that. Like, I'd rather give up the man. Like, take him, go ahead, have him. I don't want him. You can keep him. But anyway, yeah, no. So back to the point, he brought her, and you know what the part that like really hurt my feelings? He bought her like a whole box of White Claws, and like I had nothing. Like, he didn't ask me if I wanted anything to drink, like nothing. He was like, here, this is for you, like right to her. And I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, so anyway, I don't confront him quite yet. I'm just sitting there pretending that I don't know exactly what's going on. Like, the house is starting to like fill up with people at this point, so like it's not really like an awkward situation. Like, there's a ton of people coming in. He doesn't walk up to me. He doesn't say anything to me. It's all eyes on Rachel over here, okay? And I was just like, really? Like, this is what we're gonna do? So another backstory, at this point, the parents made us set up tents in the backyard. I don't know if you guys do this in high school, but oh my God. These comments are so funny. I don't know if you guys do this in high school anymore, but they had like tents set up in the backyard so nobody drove home after the party. So like every couple or like every few friends had their own tent that they were going to sleep in. And yeah, so he had one allegedly that I didn't even know about. He didn't tell me about that. I didn't know anything about a tent, so I didn't even know where I was going to sleep that night. So him and Rachel were a little bit like all over each other, and I was like very hurt. So back to the point, no, they weren't letting us drink or sleep together. Like, it was kind of like a thing they didn't really know about. I don't think his parents were like home. I don't really remember exactly what was going on, but back to the point, they were all over each other. So there was a point where I did walk up to my ex and I said, like, what's going on? And he was just like, I'm just not talking to you because, like, I can just tell you're mad at me, and, like, I just don't really feel like dealing with that right now. Like, this is my prom. Like, I'm trying to have a good night. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, I just really do not want to hear it right now. Like, I'm so annoyed at you. Like, whatever. So, like, we were just, I was like, I just walked away. I had my pride. I was like, you know what? You're not about to tell me that you're mad at me for being mad that you brought me to prom and now you're hanging out with Rachel. So anyway, back to the point. There was this guy, Landon, who had hosted the party, right? He was the guy with the house. He hosted the party. Like, everyone thought he was, like, the cool guy because he was hosting the party. You know what I mean? Like, go Landon. Like, and he was single. So I personally just started talking to Landon. I was like, what's up? How's it going? Love the house. Love what you did here. Like, great party. 10 out of 10. What about the red dress? Yeah, no, I changed after the after party. But anyway, back to the point. I was talking to him. I'm like, you know, why don't we take a selfie? So I took a selfie with Landon. I'm like, here, put on my Snapchat story. I was like, yeah, I really got one over on my ex. Back to the point. So there's like a bonfire going on outside. And this is what really threw me over the edge. At the bonfire, I come out and like this whole time there was no PDA on Rachel and my ex. So I was like, can I really be that mad? I don't know, whatever. This point, I walk outside. She's sitting on his lap, like, by the bonfire, and I'm like, okay, this is enough. This is enough. Like, I can't do it. Like, I'm done. Like, whatever. So I go back inside. I'm like, Landon, like, my feet really hurt. Can you give me, like, a piggyback ride out to the bonfire? And so he does do that. And so he gave me a piggyback ride out to the fire. Again, I'm like, yeah, I'm really getting one over on my ex right now. Like, I wasn't doing anything. Like, my ex did not care. He had Rachel all up on his lap. Like, it's fine, I guess. So, next step, his, like, best friend, like, one of his childhood, like, best friends, let's call him, I forget. Let me look at my comments. I need, like, a name. Doug. So, Doug is sitting by the fire and, like, by himself, like, having a drink, whatever. And so I sit right up next to Doug, and I'm like, hey, Doug, like, what's going on? Yeah, I was keeping it together. I really was keeping it together. I kept my pride in my class and my dignity, okay? I was not about to, like, fight a girl or a man, like, over this stupid situation. So anyway, back to the point. I say that a lot. I was talking to